That'll be your break, Mark.
Always a special occasion. Semi-finals day in a ranking event, and doubly so here in Belfast. The crowds have been good all week, and Elliot Slessor has already created some headlines, knocking out Ronnie O'Sullivan. Terrific performance. And then yesterday, the Gone with the Wind, Ben-Hur style epic, which he managed to eventually
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
prevail in
The first frame,
5-4
Mark Williams to break.
over Liu Yuan. I fancy this will be a different sort of contest. Williams, of course, is the favourite, but Slessor has beaten him before. He's beaten him this year at the Welsh Open, so the great man will be taking nothing for granted.
Thanks, Elliot.
Yes, Elliot Slessor. He can mix it with the best, as he proved yesterday. Both parts of the game. He's got the attacking game, which he showed against Ronnie O'Sullivan. Also got the safety and patience to battle it out. So an early chance for Elliot Slessor. Reds to both corners. Oh no, fancy the one to the left corner. Well, if he played the cannon to the red next to the black, it was a dangerous shot to play. Very attacking, because it freed the black. But because he's missed the red, this is what's on offer for Mark Williams.
One. Eight.
Williams will be wanting to stamp his authority on this game as quickly as possible.
Nine.
Well, he could have run through for the black easy enough, but decided to pull back for the pink. I don't think it's come far enough. That was a poor shot. Needs a good shot now. Yep. And played down for this red.
16.
To the right middle.
$17.
Good kiss on the blue, he couldn't avoid it. Lots of right-hand side on the cue ball, but it needs to slow down or it's not
22.
on anything. Just a little too fast, and this cloth is a new one. Put a new cloth on for the semi-finals, and it might be fractionally faster than the one they've been playing on. So just a safety.
22.
And that all started with 4 screw back for the pink. Just caught it a little too thick, and that's why he made contact with the yellow. Lots of right-hand side on the cue ball there to try and check the cue ball back down behind the yellow. Doesn't look as though it goes.
It's been a pretty serene passage to the semi-finals for Williams. He's only dropped 4 frames in his 5 rounds.
Yes, it's not straightforward, this. The double kiss could be on if he plays the cue ball back down the table. Well, played it well.
His safety was outstanding in the semi-final, in the quarter-final I should say, yesterday against Mike Dunn, when he lost the first frame but won the next 5, keeping his opponent constantly under pressure, close to the baulk cushion.
Well, that's another very good safety from Elliot Slessor. Coming off 2 cushions, trying to land up into the pack of reds. Now, can he see this red to the right corner, Elliot? Not quite.
Yeah.
Well, if you can get the cue ball over to the right side of the table, anywhere past the brown would be good. Well, didn't get the pace at all there. And look at the side again on the cue ball, although it's going to be close to that corner. Lots of right-hand side on the cue ball to check it back down the table and avoid them 2 reds on the right side of the table. Good safety from both players. And this time he forces the mistake. Has left a red to the left corner, but difficult to get to the black. He may be able to just force the cue ball back across the table for the black into the same pocket, but it's tough. Well, he managed the position, missed the pot. But it's not too bad.
The pressure is off Slessor to some degree, having bagged a guaranteed £20,000 for getting this far. Of course, last season was a bit of a write-off. 11 first-round exits. You get nothing at all if you lose in the first round, and that put a lot of financial pressure on him.
Well, he certainly got hold of that one, too much in fact. That pot deserves so much more than a snooker. Risky to take the brown one. He plays at Whitley Bay Snooker Centre. And Paul Rinaldi, who owns the club, tells me that he's in there 7 hours a day, every day.
Elliot Slessor,
A very dedicated player.
And it's beginning to pay off, isn't it? Quarter-finalist this season at the Indian Open. And now his first ever semi-final. What a cracking pot that was to take control of the table.
foul and a miss.
Well, I think the
Elliot
blue is
Slessor,
in the way for that red. Oh, can Elliot get to a red? He's having a good look. There's the red. Can he see enough of it? It's a good chance if he can.
One. Six.
Yeah, once he clears this red away from the pink spot, the pink going back onto its spot becomes available.
Seven.
that was a delicate shot. Can you see this red?
13. $14.
'Pink taking him into the lead. And enough reds here to win the frame without worrying those reds on the cushion.
21.
Oh, he's the wrong side of the pink. Not sure about that shot. Thought he would have played for the pink into the opposite middle. Now he's got to play a good shot here. And couldn't leave himself nice on this red.
27.
No. And that was
Elliot
definitely
Slessor,
a chance,
27.
and just that poor positional shot on the pink. And he played for it into the wrong pocket for me, but then overscrewed the pink by some distance. So now a chance for Mark Williams to hit straight back. And he will need those two safe reds.
Seven. Eight.
Well, if he could play for the red that's closest to the right corner, that would then free the red next to the black into the same pocket. And then it would free the black.
$14. $15.
Well, I thought he'd underhit it for a second, but the table's faster. The black free after this red.
21. $22.
Now, if he can leave an angle on the black after potting this red, just to nudge one of those
29.
reds out.
$30.
That looks the ideal angle to nudge the red out. He could drop in behind it, but because it's so far away from the pocket, it makes the pot tough.
$37.
That's a good recovery shot.
38.
So 35 left on the table.
45.
35 points in front. And this looks good for a
Mark
snooker.
Williams, 45.
So Williams now the favourite to take this opening frame.
Foul. Mark Williams, 4.
And a free ball. Is it? No. Well, if he can get to the red, put the red and the black, he still needs one snooker to tie.
One.
Could have done with an angle on the black to move up towards the yellow to be able to play the snooker, but just make sure of the black. Well, applause for good position on the yellow, which it is, but that's not where he wanted to be. Maybe he could pot the yellow, drop him behind the green and play the snooker behind the brown. So a good chance this. Try and drop the cue ball in behind the brown. Try and make sure that the green isn't close to the cushion.
Elliot Slessor, 10.
Well, judging by his face, he doesn't like it. But it's a snooker. So now Elliot can now tie, and he doesn't want that cue ball in. So a good opening frame. We see a respotted black. Now, where's it going to finish? Well, it could have been worse. Chance to put the green into the corner, play the cue ball onto the baulk cushion with some safety in mind. Good pot.
3.
So Elliot had his chance at that long green.
7.
Also had his chance when he was in amongst the balls and failed to get good position on the pink.
Mark Williams, 7.
Elliot Slessor coming back. 32 behind, just 18 left.
Frame conceded. Frame, Mark Williams.
Slessor needed to get a snooker right off the bat there to have any chance of turning that frame around. A break of 45 from Mark Williams in what was a cagey opening frame has given the favourite first blood here in Belfast. Mark Williams with the opening frame of our
Second
first
frame.
semi-final here at the
Elliot
Northern
Slessor to
Ireland
be-
Open, live from the Belfast waterfront. Elliot Slessor had a chance. Had a couple, in fact. I think the challenge today for Elliot Slessor is going to be whether he can score sufficiently heavily to apply pressure to Williams. We've seen he's a good long potter, he has a good safety game, and he can scrap it out. But he's only made 1 century this season, only 5 in his career, and his highest break of 136 was 4 years ago. And when he had the chance in that first frame, he made just 27, so that's something he's going to need to address today if he's to go to his first ever ranking final.
Well, he's gave the safety advantage away by playing that shot. Probably just wanted to keep the game flowing.
Mark Williams, on the other hand, passed 400 centuries for his career this week.
That's a good safety as far as the cue ball's concerned. But he could take this long red on. Leave it low on the black. Oh yes, what a good shot. A little too low on the black. Wanted it to bounce another couple of inches at least. Another very good shot. Very difficult cutback. I thought he'd missed it. It was going towards that near angle, but because it's a new cloth, it's dropped in off the angle.
9.
And again, refused to come down for the black, and now he's the wrong side of the pink. It's difficult to get to the next red now. Can't understand him not coming down for the black now. Playing it with a lot of left-hand side on the cue ball.
$15. Mark Williams, 15.
So, a half chance for Elliot Slessor.
Potted a terrific long red, didn't he, in the first frame, which set up the opportunity he had.
Not this time though. And the red will go to the green pocket. So another half chance. Mark Williams.
One.
Yeah, just pulled the cue ball back too far. He wanted to pull it back a little bit, so he didn't leave the red above the black. Very good at those cutbacks.
8. Nine.
Little shorter pace for the red he
16.
played for into the right corner. Gonna have to go up towards the blue.
17.
Again, lots of right-hand side on the cue ball, and this time he doesn't hit it too hard. In fact, it's perfect. Plays that shot so well. Touch of right-hand side and screw on, stun on the cue ball.
23. Thirty. 31.
Could have done with a fraction harder, but he could play the cannon to the red closest to his hand. If he misses the red, he's on the other red, to the right of the pink. They've got the cannon.
38.
53 points, the lead now.
$39.
Again, played for choice of two reds.
46.
And now we'll take the one that suits him best.
$47.
So one more red needed. Had a go at the long red, missed it. And this is the result.
$52. 53.
Made absolutely sure of the red. That's all he needed. And what Philip was saying earlier
60.
is Elliot
61.
Slessor, when he gets the chance, he's got to score heavy, win the frame at one visit if he can. Mark Williams showing him the way. Wasn't straightforward, this break.
68. $69. $76. 77. 84. 85. 92.
Very easy on the eye, Williams' style, when he's stroking the balls around like this.
Yes, he kind of tickles them, doesn't he? Doesn't hit them hard. And just the black now for the century. Beautiful touch. Nicely played.
His third of the week. 402nd of his
100.
glittering career.
102. 105.
Highest break of the week, John Higgins, a 142. £3,000 available for the highest break of the tournament, unless it's a 147, in which case it's a total of 8,000.
109. $114. $120.
A touch of class from Mark Williams. He clears the table with 127. And Elliot Slessor has a big task on his hands. Williams off to a flyer as he doubles his lead to 2 frames to 0. An ominously good start from Elliot Slessor's point of view. From Mark Williams, a 1-2-7 clearance to go with the opening frame, finding his stride in style. The Welshman just stroking the balls around as only he can. I think he'll be one of the players who will have benefited from this new finished chalk, because with Williams' style, he's more susceptible to kicks because he doesn't hit it hard. Mark Williams breaking off. Terrific start from the man pursuing a 19th ranking title. 23 years after he won his first in his home tournament, the Welsh Open. The final leg, of course, of the Home Nations coming up in the new year. Live from Cardiff here on Eurosport and Quest.
There was nothing he could do there, just tried to leave the cue ball in a safe position. But he's lost the safety advantage again. And Mark Williams, excellent pace. Oh, very nearly caught that red fella. Williams would have been in. As it is, he is in trouble. Apologising for the kiss on the red. Just a little pacey. And that extra pace that he had in the cue ball there could just tempt Mark Williams at this red to the left corner. He really wants to keep the pressure on Elliot Slessor, make him earn his chance. But that doesn't mean to say he has to refuse pots. In his interview, he said he couldn't buy a long pot at one stage. Didn't play the pot, just played to leave the cue ball there.
It was quite a revealing interview, wasn't it, that Mark gave ahead of this semi-final, talking about how he's had things preying on his mind aside from some technical issues which he's been ironing out that are now close to a happy conclusion.
Great pot from Mark Williams. And as I said earlier, he likes these cut-back blacks. Terrific long pot, just a little heavy. No.
Mark Williams won.
He misses a cutback for once.
Now this is precisely the kind of chance that Elliot Slessor has to score from, and score heavily from. It just thought about dropping in there, didn't it, off the lip? We've seen one or two this week do that, into the opposite corner pocket.
One.
Well, the two reds to the left of the black spot, there would be the two reds to play for. Clear that black spot area before he pots the black.
Six. Seven.
Could have done with being a touch harder for this red into the right corner.
14.
The black gun now goes to the left corner. Oh, well, that's a bonus if the red goes.
15.
Well, he's seen what he's got to do. Williams making that century break in the last frame.
22.
He knows he's got to score heavy. Can't rely on 3 or 4 chances a frame.
$23.
And the balls are placed nicely. He's underhit it though. Maybe a red to the right centre.
30.
But wanted to be on the red to the right corner. That released another 2 reds into the opposite corner.
$31.
A good recovery.
$38.
Well, he just hit it a little slow for this red last time. You would have thought that he would have given it a bit more this time.
39.
And that's left this more difficult black.
This is missable.
He's got it though. But because he didn't get good position on the red previously,
46.
that left him with a difficult black, and that kiss on the red has left him out of position unless he can see enough of this red to the left corner. Well, it looks like he can. He's been very fortunate there. Well, it looks like he can.
$47.
Yes, he could see enough of it. Just judged the kiss incorrectly. Now he's got a 46-point lead. This is a tough black. Looks high. And it's gone in. Oh, and the red stayed out. It would have been so unfortunate.
54.
And that red dropped in.
$55.
And now, great chance of winning the frame at this visit. And being part of this semi-final.
$62. $63.
So just the black needed. And he'll have his name on the board.
Williams missed the cutback black by a whisker. Had it dropped, you'd have backed him to make the kind of break that Elliot Slessor has managed to construct here to give him a foothold in the semi-final.
Elliot Slessor, 70.
Well, it's just the one snooker, still 67 on the table.
Very difficult table though. Could do with getting back towards the black. Playing it with a lot of right hand side on the cue ball. And another cutback has to go in.
$8. $9.
It's another very good pot from Williams. Now, can he get that cue ball in behind the red? Needs to keep running.
16.
Now, if he can drop him behind this red, that's near the pink, he could play a really tight snooker in behind the pink. Well, I thought he was going to play it with side on the cue ball to drop him behind the red, but
24.
he's playing the stun run through. Like so. And that's the cracker.
Mark Williams, 24.
So this frame isn't over yet. Elliot Slessor with the break of 70, but Mark Williams needs just the one snooker. And he's got a good one.
Yeah, if Elliot plays to hit the red by the balk line and misses it, he's got a chance. Well, I wouldn't play it this way. Round the back of the black would have been my choice. But he's hit it. Well played.
The double kiss. Has he got away with it?
Well, chance here to get that cue ball in behind the black. Had the line, just not the pace. And that seals this third frame.
And Elliot Slessor will feel a whole lot better. Mark Williams has said, I've had enough if you have. Elliot Slessor with an excellent break of 70, a good response to Williams' total clearance of 127 in the previous frame as he halves the deficit to 2-1.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Frame 4. Elliot Slessor to break.
Elliot Slessor with a spring in his step now. He's got a frame on the board, a good break of 70 to close the gap to 2-1 on Mark Williams, who made a 127 clearance in the second frame. We're now over the longer distance, of course. The best of 11 frames, the first to 6, the usual interval after 4.
Well, he's caught that much too thick, and that kiss on the green has left Williams with a chance. The black has gone safe. The pink unavailable, so needs to play this with a lot of topspin on the cue ball to try and take it back down the table for the blue.
One.
He just potted it a little thick. And looks like it may have to be the yellow. I'm not sure if he can pot the blue. If he can come down for that red by the black spot. Lots of side on the cue ball. And just avoided that middle pocket.
6.
And not quite far enough for that red by the black spot. So maybe up for the blue and back down for that red. Well, he's thinking of playing for the black this time round and playing the cannon to that red, but a little bit risky that. So back up for the blue or one of the bought colours.
7.
May have the angle on the yellow to come down for that red by the black spot. The other red would go if he didn't come hard enough. Well, decided to play for the red to the right of the pink.
9.
Play it for the blue and try and get good position on the blue.
10.
And that looks just perfect. Now he can come down for those two reds, preferably the one closest to the black spot. He's underhit it, but he is on the other red.
15.
Would have preferred the other one. Would have freed the black area.
$60.
So another chance to get good position. He's chasing those two reds. Keep going, he says. Keep going, keep going. Well, maybe this time.
21.
Impressive percentage already for Williams. He's going to take some stopping if he can
22.
maintain 95%.
Oh, he's too hard this time. But he's on the other red.
25. $26.
And finally got there.
31. $32.
Needs a little bit of an angle for that red directly above the black. That's enough. And this time deliberately left it short so it could bring more reds into play.
39.
Should be able to open the reds out. Played it
40.
with left-hand side on the cue ball, and that's a good kiss. Leaves him straight on the blue to the corner, and a great chance to hit straight back.
$45. 46.
Those 4 reds surrounding the pink, not in the best of places. But he'd only need these 2 loose reds to leave Slessor needing snookers, so he doesn't need to give them any
52.
attention just yet.
53.
Has the angle on the black to screw back for that last loose red. And that's all he'd need. Thinking of taking it to the left middle. And that's not the best positional shot. He played for it to the left middle.
60.
Now the red will pass the green, but it's a lot more difficult. Maybe play the cue ball onto the cushion in case he misses it.
Frame ball.
And that's exactly what he did.
51.
Played that cue ball to the cushion to give himself some insurance. 1 snooker needed. Still 1 snooker needed.
Mark Williams, 61.
Another very fluent contribution from Williams. He's cueing well again, but not quite decisive. Just the 1 snooker required.
Full ball kiss on the brown. Has left a chance at this red. He's also pushed the black closer to the cushion, which makes things a lot more difficult for Elliot.
If this disappears, it's going to be 3 snookers needed.
Well, I'm surprised he's not taking it on. He's thinking of not playing it. Well, has he miscounted?
As things stand, Slessor needs 1 snooker. This red would surely seal the frame in Williams' favour.
Well, if he doesn't take it on, then he leaves it. If he plays the safety, he's playing the safety. Now, why would he move the red away from the pink when it's safe? It doesn't matter. It's in.
1.
although it was in a good place for snookers.
So Elliot Slessor needs 3 snookers. He's in a snooker. And I think he's just nodded to referee Leo Scullion. He has. So Mark Williams is looking very good once again, as he's done throughout this tournament here in Belfast. And he's taken a very handy 3-1 interval lead. Breaks of 127 and 61 just now. Williams 3-1 up. Nothing like taking a stroll down memory lane, is there?
5. Mark Williams to break.
Even you were young back then, Joe.
No, you're kidding.
Well, Williams has looked very good again, hasn't he? He's scoring heavily when he gets the chance. His safety is excellent, just as it was in the quarter-final against Mike Dunn.
Yes, his long potting has been superb as well. And that's a real strength of his game. Won the last frame with a good long pot. None better than that, though.
1.
Needs to pull up. It needs to pull up. Can he see the brown? That kind of shot deserves to win the frame. Looks like he can see enough of the brown. Could have done without the kiss.
5.
Now he's going to have to come down and try and get back up for the blue. Looking at the pink in the middle.
Six.
Now needs to get top side of the blue this time round to be able to open the reds up.
11.
Well, he could have played it with top spin and tried to get top side of the blue. He preferred to screw into the reds and caught them a little bit too thick. Had he caught them thinner, the cue ball would have gone down towards the blue and the baulk colours, but just the safety now.
Elliot Slessor, 12.
What a nice little rub on the green there.
Elliot Slessor was busy pouring himself some water there. I think he missed that kiss. So when he comes back to the table, he won't like what he sees.
Well, if he is snookered, it shouldn't be much of a problem coming off the right side cushion, landed up into the reds. He's a little low though. harder, and he'd have left the red to the left corner. In fact, he may have left the red.
Fine. Mark Williams, 1.
Yes, that's what the danger was, making contact with the pink. And I think he's been very fortunate there, Mark Williams, not to have left a red on. Or maybe just skim off the red nearest the blue. Try and get the cue ball in behind the green. Well, that's what he played. A little thinner, maybe.
Fine. Yellow ball. Elliot Slessor, 1.
Just caught it a little thick. Otherwise the cue ball would have been closer to the cushion. But now both players got to be very careful with the reds situated like they are. Great pot and great kiss. And raises his hand for the kiss, but well, I think the black will spot, which takes it out of commission. Well, that's a great pot, but look at those two kisses.
8. Yeah. Nine.
Not hard enough for the red he played for.
14.
Played for the red into the right centre.
Thank you. 15.
Don't think the blue passes the pink. So that poor positional shot last time round from blue to red looks like it may have cost him this break.
Elliot
Now
Slessor,
pushing the
15.
blue into a safe position. So black and blue tied up. And that's a poor safety. A little fortunate that the red may be straight. But if Williams could get to the pink, get the pink back on its spot.
1.
Maybe a chance of bringing the yellow and blue into play, but he's just rolling up behind the brown.
Mark Williams.
And played it well.
He's always been exceptionally good at that delicate roll up to a bought colour.
And that's the danger with playing that two-cushion escape. Now, will he survive? Williams wants to get the pink back onto its spot. And if he could leave the cue ball somewhere around about the blue spot area. Tried to go down. It looked a natural just to stun up towards the blue, and being a left-handed player, he'd have been on it. And that's a real let-off for Elliot Slessor.
And this is a frame you feel that Slessor now has to win. Another scrappy one. He's already had a decent chance. He's been given a second one unexpectedly.
One.
Well, can you see the pink?
Seven.
It was always on that far angle, so another chance for Mark Williams, and he's absolutely foaming with himself.
Yeah, he knows the significance of this frame. That's another good chance that's come and gone for very little.
One.
Nice little rub on the pink. So if you can take another couple of pinks here, you could live a good snooker behind that red by the black if he doesn't get the angle to move it. He's close.
$15. 15.
Or maybe just touch the black. Try and cut off the black cushion.
Mark Williams, 15.
Well, hasn't managed to do that, and it was easy enough to do, to cut off the black cushion.
Thank you.
Didn't want the kiss on the pink. Now he might try and bring the yellow into play. The shot. Oh, he's overcut it by a long way. Unfortunately, he missed the yellow.
This by far the scrappiest frame of the semi-final to date. It's become a bit of a comedy of errors. 17 Slessor's lead. Such a big frame, isn't it? The difference between just one and a very commanding 3-frame cushion for Williams.
Don't think it's quite a snooker.
Elliot Slessor 4.
Well, he's got second prize. The red has run safe. Although could be in deep trouble next time round with the cue ball in behind the black and the red behind the green and brown. Well, he's got the second part of the shot. Well, it could be in deep trouble next time round. Oh, I don't think he's got the snooker. Has he left it?
Yeah.
It's exceptionally tight, isn't it?
Next match.
Well, for a right-handed player, he could just reach over and drop this in, play the snooker behind the blue next time round. But he's going to need the spider, and it's a lot tougher with the spider. Not risking it. Trying to get the cue ball in behind the black.
No snooker, but the full 12 feet. It's been a somewhat ugly frame, this one, but it's oh so important. He won't want that one back.
No, he played a dangerous shot there because the cue ball was always going close to that corner. A chance of the pot here into the yellow pocket with some element of safety. And if it goes in, he only needs the black. Or the pink. That was an excellent pot. So So just the pink needed. Williams will need a snooker. Oh, he's missed it.
Elliot Slessor won.
Well, how important will that error prove to be? It was a pretty routine pink to make it 3-2. As it is, 22 the lead. So he needs the yellow and the green now. Should have got that one. He knows it. And then pots a far more difficult yellow, and he's on the green that he needs for the frame.
Yeah, he was fortunate to have got the snooker after missing the pink. He was fortunate to have got the snooker.
5.
Williams left the yellow on. And it's going to be 3-2.
Well, not a frame that's going to live long in the memory for its quality, but an absolutely crucial one for the underdog Elliot Slessor. Had he lost it, a long, long way back. But he's won it.
14.
And now he's just one behind. And right back in the match again.
Elliot Slessor, 14. And
Scrappy in the extreme, the longest frame of the semi-final so far at a shade over 26 minutes. But it's gone the way of Elliot Slessor, who closes the gap once again to a single frame at 3-2.
Okay. Thank you. Frame 6. Elliot Slessor to break.
So Elliot Slessor manages to win the 5th frame. Lots of errors on both sides in that one, but crucially it's gone the way of Slessor. Not the best to break off, so to put it mildly.
Yeah, just when he needed a good break off, he plays a poor one.
But Williams hasn't been quite the same player since the interval.
No, he hasn't, and I've noticed that he's not been as confident round the table. This wasn't difficult, but missed it by, well, long way. And Elliot will get some confidence from seeing Mark Williams miss. Now could play off the reds and open them up. Play a safety, but playing off the loose red, keeping it tight. Anxious looks there from Mark Williams to see if he can see this red. Not quite.
The scrappier the semi-final becomes, the happier Elliot Slessor will be. It's Williams who's got the firepower. He's the man capable of the big breaks. The last thing the Welshman wants to do is go into his shell here, because that will encourage this man.
Well, again, caught them too thick and leaves Mark Williams with a good chance.
One.
Could have done without the kiss, but he's on the yellow. Now he could go into the reds from this yellow. I'll play for that loose one to the right corner.
Three. Four.
Well, I've got the angle on the black to go into them. Not an easy pack to go into. Well, has a red to the middle, but very dangerous to take it on. He'd be leaving the other red on if he missed it. This has to go in. That's a good recovery shot. There was a lot of pressure on that one. Played for the red at the back of the pack, but always knew he was going to be on this red to the middle.
19.
Oh, good cueing though. Now will he go into them? It's a nice gap there between the pink and the reds. If you could miss the pink on the right. And they've split beautifully.
25. 26.
Under hit that one. But it was awkward cueing. Now does he leave himself a long pot or try and get round the table in and out of baulk? Lots of topspin on the cue ball. He could just stun the blue in and leave a fairly straight red to the right corner.
$31. 32.
And this time the right side of the blue. That was a good recovery shot. Now just needs to drop it in dead weight. That red below the pink spot, to the right of the pink spot. Well, not really slow enough, so may have to play back up for the blue again. Wanted to be straight on that red, but nothing wrong with that. He's the right side of the blue. And ball's queuing up to be potted into the left corner.
$43. 44.
It was a poor safety shot from Slessor. Caught the reds too thick. It was a bad break off, which he escaped from. Didn't cost him, but it's looking like that second mistake
51.
will cost him. Should cost him.
52.
Yes, and that will annoy him because having won that all-important fifth frame, Williams just struggling a little bit. He'll be very frustrated
59.
that an error of his own making has given Williams the chance to
60.
rediscover his fluency.
So just the red needed.
66.
Could have been easier.
$68.
Well,
Pat Williams,
incredible.
68.
Well, it's 3 snookers needed, so Williams should have done enough, but he'll be annoyed to have missed the black for sure.
Yes, he could have been getting on with the next frame while his arm was still going. And now has to wait.
Don't underestimate how much this title would mean to Williams. He may play it cool, but he hasn't won a ranking event since 2011. He would love to get his hands on some more silverware again. It's overdue. Won the 6 reds, of course, in Bangkok earlier this year. But to win big again at ranking level in his 43rd year would mean a lot to him. I know he's very proud of his longevity in the game. And of course, all of that brings pressure.
Well, left a half chance. Red to the baulk corner. Elliot couldn't play the cue ball down the table because that red on the left side cushion was a big pocket. A chance to bring that red off that cushion now. Try and get the cue ball in behind the pink. It's close.
It's a tall order for Slessor. 3 4-point snookers needed to turn this around.
One. Six. Seven.
Well, now it's going to be 4 snookers. Taking the blue. Just sat there patiently waiting.
$13.
3 snookers to tie now then. It's not getting any easier for Slessor.
Elliot
It's a
Slessor.
bit of luck here. And got it. Well, I was with him there. Remove that red from near the brown. And looks good. Four snookers to win. 3 to tie. And that will do nicely.
Mark Williams, 1. Yeah, frame conceded.
So it was the poor safety from Elliot Slessor, which was really the costly moment for him in this frame. That launched a break of 68 from Mark Williams, which proved to be enough to move 2 clear again at 4-2. Mark Williams edging his way towards yet another ranking final as he pursues his 19th ranking title. A break of 68, putting him 4-2 in front. He's not been quite the same player since the interval, but he was helped out by a safety error from Elliot Slessor in the previous frame, just after he'd managed to close the gap to 1 in that scrappy 5th frame.
Thank you. Frame 7. Mark Williams to break.
Yeah, but he did win the frame at one visit.
And another bad break off, this time from Williams. And he's lucky.
Yes, very fortunate.
Touching ball.
Oh, touching ball call, he had to look at it. Elliot's not going to complain though. He can play away from the red now. Hide that red over in the middle.
The snooker continues to come thick and fast here on Eurosport and on Quest. We're on Eurosport 1 at 1 o'clock a week today for the start of the UK Championship. What a tournament that promises to be. Mark Selby, of course, defending the title he won in that brilliant final against Ronnie O'Sullivan 12 months ago as Williams gets back in again.
Yeah, and from a poor safety from Slessor, it's got to be said. He had a touching ball. I can't believe that he's left the red on.
8.
But thanks to a poor positional shot from Mark Williams from black to red, the break ends at 8. Well, I think he hit the wrong cushion there, Elliot. I think he was playing to hit the left side cushion, come back behind the black. Got a little bit too much stunning to the cue ball. How can Mark Williams be tempted by this red? He could. And he's got it.
1.
That's a great shot. But again, it's the poor safety from Elliot Slessor. That's an excellent pot, but shouldn't have had the chance, really.
4.
I didn't get that cue ball out of balk. So unless he takes the difficult brown, it's just a snooker. But the reds are spread. There's no reds near the cushion, so this is not straightforward for Elliot. Well, he's nodding his head because it's very difficult this to lay the cue ball somewhere where he's not going to leave a red on. He's looking at playing up to this red by the right side cushion, but if he misses it, he leaves the red to the middle. He's banking on hitting this red, but he's missed it, left it to the middle.
Mark Williams, 4.
doesn't have to play it. Oh, this is tough. That's a great shot. Is he on the black? He is. He was in a lot of trouble there, Elliot Slessor. And he's in Mark Williams' hands now. Oh, he's missed it.
Mark
Yeah,
Williams,
it was awkward queuing. And he knew if he got that, he was looking at 5-2.
As it is, it could be 5-3, 4-3. And this is a great chance for Elliot Slessor. He was up out of his chair like a racehorse there.
one.
Pink's going to be tied up after he pots it here. So wants to get the black back on its spot as soon as possible. So needs to leave an angle on this red to be able to stun across for the black. Nothing for being straight on the red here.
7. Eight.
Just enough. Would have liked the cue ball to have been on the cushion, but it's okay, even though he's got the long stuff out. But the next red not straightforward, so he might play into the reds. Always interesting to see how the player plays the position. Some players will go into that gap between red and pink. And he'll be happy with that.
$15. $16.
Now, no need to play the cannon to the pink. Just drop it in. Choice of reds.
$23.
Mark Williams, well, he'll be disappointed. He was hampered, but
24.
still fancied him strongly for the black.
But it's only going to matter if Slessor can take this opportunity, really make it count. One significant break so far from the world number 82.
31.
70 to win the third frame. Won the scrappy fifth as well.
$32.
Now he could play the cannon to the pink this time round. Or the two reds. Or could even play for that red near the left side cushion. He's got lots of shots he can play here. Could even play for the red over the right side of the table, but the choice is his. Which one will he choose? Played the cannon to the 2 reds, but it didn't work out as well as he intended. Maybe he played the cannon to the pink, which would have left him on choice of 2 reds to the right corner. Just got a bit too much screw into the cue ball. This is missable. And he's missed it. Has he got away with it?
39.
Well, it was the shot previously when he missed the cannon to the pink.
Yeah, 39 isn't going to get it done, is it? In a semi-final against Mark Williams.
1.
Well, he knows it's down to him now. This is the red that Elliot missed. Gave it every chance of going in by playing it to the far angle. Well, that was a bit tentative. Played for the red to the middle. Not straight on it.
No.
Overscrewed it. Wanted to be coming down towards the black.
11.
Now I'm going to have to play for the brown or yellow again.
There's no doubt he has looked edgier since the mid-session interval. I think it just underlines what this means to him.
Sometimes you're not even thinking of the next shot, you're just thinking, why did I hit that too hard? And having a real argument with yourself. Because had he hit it softer, easy enough to come down to the black where the reds are. Now he has to think about how to get to the reds off of the next colour. It's easy enough to get to the colour, but to get to the next red from the colour is a bit more difficult. Played to, well, I think he played the cannon to the pink, but if it comes past it, wow, a fraction, and I mean a fraction. Can't pot it. With a fraction further, he was on the red and probably would have won the frame.
14.
As it is, it's a let-off for Elliot Slessor. Just 8 points in the game.
And another giant frame. The difference between 5-2 and 4-3 is huge.
I think I'd have been tempted to push that red nearest the right cushion, closer to the cushion there. If that goes in, and it has done, it gives Williams the advantage. Snooker in behind the blue, looks favourite.
Matt Williams won.
Missed it. I'll be disappointed with that one. Similar type of shot to what Williams just had. Can't quite see enough of that. So maybe drop the cue ball in behind the black. Well, this could be a little half chance for Mark Williams. Doesn't have to go for it. Could play it full ball. Can he be tempted? Oh, you bet he can. Great pot. Got hold of it too much though. Look where the cue ball is.
And grimaces in frustration. It was a terrific pot, but no position to go with it.
Got hold of it too well, didn't he? And knew where the cue ball was going to finish. So just a little snooker in behind the black.
Just 8 points between them.
Elliot Slessor, 1.
I'll cut off the easy cushion, the left side. A little bit more difficult at this side. The brown could be in the way. Couldn't have hit that any better. That's a great escape. Had to swerve around the black to hit the correct spot on the cushion. And half covered the red. And another chance for Mark Williams, although it's a thin cut, this doesn't have to go for it. Anxious looks there from Williams to see if he's left the red on. And it's hard to tell this from this angle. Well, he obviously thought he could get it. Push the yellow safe.
Well, applause, but can Slessor get to this red to pot it?
He certainly can. But it was still a tough pot. And that is a little unfortunate to leave the red on, but the yellow is still safe.
It's hard to see Elliot Slessor winning the semi-final if he doesn't win this frame.
Thank you. One.
Now he could play for the double on the yellow. He could try and come across the table and knock it out. Looking at the double. Needs to be just below the blue spot, the cue ball. Well, that's what he's played for, the double. Has he just come a little too far?
8.
Always some risk involved with the double, because if you miss it, you're trusting to luck where the object ball ends up. He has missed it.
Where's it going to finish? Where is it going to finish?
Mark Williams, 8.
Now, can he cut it? I think he can, you know.
It's mighty thin.
It is.
It's all got rather edgy, hasn't it?
Well, he wasn't on the green either, Mark Williams. Oh, he could have done without the kiss.
2.
The cue ball would have been going back down the table for the green. Very unfortunate.
How do you fancy this green with the brown and blue waiting?
Yeah.
Well, you could say to yourself, I'm in the semi-final. If this green goes in, I've got every chance of winning this match. Will I get another chance? If he goes for it, he's not forced to leave it. But if he gets it, he'll win this frame. Hard to say which one to take.
It's a big moment.
He chose the positive shot, and he's going to be
Elliot
leaving the
Slessor
green
too.
on.
Well, it was surely worth taking on, because if he got it, he was a near certainty to close the gap to 1 frame.
3.
Mark Williams needs the pink. And that couldn't have landed any worse. Hampered. Well, maybe not.
Seven.
He's the wrong side of the blue. Not going to be easy to get to the pink from there. Doesn't want to leave the pink down the cushion. Got to be careful of the middle pocket.
12.
Well, this is a tough one. Just to drop the pink in, he only needs the pink.
It's one of those that is far more difficult than it appears on your TV screens. Williams knows it.
10 in the game. And the reason he looked at the scoreboard is that he knew that he only needs the pink. But if he gets the snooker, that could make a difference. 16 in the game if he gets the snooker. Well, this is tough. Just a little too far for the double.
The moment of truth.
played the snooker.
Mark Williams, 12.
And he's got it. He played both, played the pink, also played the snooker. And that's why he looked at the scoreboard earlier.
Yeah, Slessor had to hit that, otherwise he'd have needed one.
He's hit it well. And on that type of shot, that's what you always play, the cue ball to the baulk cushion. And that way, if you do leave the pink on, it makes it difficult. Played it at a good pace. Oh, the double kiss, the dreaded double kiss.
Well, is this the pivotal frame of this semi-final? It certainly feels that way. It was an edgy, nervy affair. Both players suffering a little. But Mark Williams, crucially, has managed to pinch it on the pink. And instead of 4-3, he now leads by 5 frames to 2. Just one away from a place in the final. Well, we've just had the longest frame of the semi-final so far. Both players feeling the tension without any shadow of a doubt. But Mark Williams eventually took it on the pink.
Thank you. Frame 8, Elliot Slessor to break.
After Elliot Slessor had a chance on a tough green to close it to just a single frame. Now he's got a huge mountain to climb. At 5-2 down, he's got to win the remaining 4.
Yes, and his break-offs, he's not getting enough side or catching the red thick enough to get the cue ball in behind the yellow. but didn't leave anything on. How often has he got that cue ball close to the cushion? Mark Williams makes it so much more difficult. You can catch the reds thick like that. Push one over that left corner, but fortunately it's run close to the cushion. But there is a red that will clip into that corner. It's a tough one.
One.
Caught it just a little bit too thick, and that's why the cue ball stayed in the baulk area. And this is tough, just to roll up to the green.
Mark Williams, 1.
He's taking this on. Oh, how close was that?
I thought he thought it was in there. He was moving round, ready for his colour.
It was very, very close, this. Look how close that is. And the white was close also. Did well to get that cue ball there from where it was. Excellent safety from Elliot. Oh, caught it too thin. Better too thin than too thick. Big shot this for Elliot Slessor. This has to go in. Oh, he could have been out of the tournament. That was a great pressure shot, that, from Elliot Slessor.
Yes, and he's got him first a few times today. What he hasn't been able to do is score regularly in a heavy way.
Well, you called it.
Elliot Slessor.
Well, unfortunately, the black has come down onto that right side cushion, which has stopped the easy pot. The red to the left corner is a lot more difficult. He could still play the red onto the black, onto the red. The black would be over the pocket. Just can't afford to miss those. Well, this is what he's playing. Well, that's developed the black, and he's nicely on the blue. A little shorter pace.
6.
Played for the red into the right centre, and hit it by 3 or 4 inches. Well, this is, again, very tough, this one. I think the red to the middle is easier than this.
Mark Williams, 6.
Now, any damage done? Does the red go to the middle? Yep, it does. Just needs to drop it in for the black. Nicely played. Nicely on the black. Little cannon to the two reds and he should be in business.
Eight. Nine.
Yeah, he can just see it. Obviously he didn't want to be straight on the black, but he's delighted that he can see it. Well, this isn't straightforward either because
16.
the cue ball looks to be going into the red.
Yep.
You may have to try and play this with a lot of left-hand side on the cue ball to try and avoid that red. Check back for the black. If he plays it with stun or screw, every chance of catching the reds.
Sorry. 17.
Struck that one well for choice of reds.
$25. $30. 31.
Oh, he's under-hit it by a long way. That was very tentative, that shot.
36.
He played the correct shot in playing for these two reds because it opens them up. £30 the difference. Overcut it, and he's left it.
Slessor, 36.
So, chance for Mark Williams again. He's been in once. Didn't get position off the blue. And did well to hold for the black from there. Now, can he just drop the black in? Drift past those two reds. right-handed player may take that red on down the cushion.
8. 9.
Can he give these two reds a nudge? He'd push one towards that right corner if he could. Oh, maybe he couldn't hit them.
16. 17.
Left an angle just to drop the black in and finish up behind that red on the left side of the table. Now if he can finish high on the black,
24.
so he could play the cannon to those two reds. Well, it was
25.
only the speed. Now has he got the angle, push the red towards the corner. Nicely done. And that black has took him into the
42.
lead.
$33.
Well, this is tough, this red. But he's got the insurance of that red being safe on the cushion, which Elliot's going to need. Nicely done. That wasn't easy at all. Now, what kind of an angle has he got on the black? That looks good enough. Not hard enough, though. Well, now, would you take this on?
48.
Nothing safe.
I don't think you should take it on, to tell you the truth. Not with the ball not being safe, but he's taking it on. And he's got it. What a great shot from Mark
49.
Williams. Trying to win the match.
And unlucky to see the cue ball land close to the cushion.
Well, he's got a natural angle on the blue, but the pink's in a bad position. Could finish up snookered, so he's going to have to play this a little short. Yeah, he had to play it like that. Didn't want to risk the snooker. So 24 points the difference, just needs
54.
the yellow. But as Philip said, nothing safe. So big shot this. Now where's it going to finish?
Mark Williams, 54.
Well, looks like the yellow is potable, but very difficult to get to the green from there. But we've seen the cue power of this young man.
Last chance saloon for Elliot. 24 behind, 27 left.
Played it with topspin. I thought it was going to screw it back, but it's finished up lovely.
A very handy second prize.
Well, he'll be trying to get behind the yellow here, send it down the table. Like that. And he couldn't have played it any better, could he? Excellent shot. The crowd really loving this. As we are. And again, so close. Now, was that a good kiss or a bad kiss? Just the yellow needed. It wasn't a good kiss. He's in the final. Barring snookers, he's in the final.
Well, he's not in the final just yet.
How did that not drop?
The crowd thought it was in.
3.
23 the difference, 22 remaining. 1 snooker required. Is there another twist?
Well, he really doesn't need to pot the brown. That makes it a lot more difficult. But it's not in a good position, the cue ball, to play the snooker or play the safety.
Elliot Slessor, 3.
He'll be happy with that. And the brown down towards the black. Wouldn't have played it that way, but it's good. This is close. This is close. And not easy, this.
And no colour to come to his rescue either. Everything out in the open.
Yeah, he's got to think where the cue ball's going to land if he misses it.
Foul.
So, Elliot Slessor can now win. And he's left the brown on. And that's what I was saying about where the cue ball should land if he does miss it.
What a chance for a steal to keep the match alive.
He's missed it.
Oh, no, Elliot. That is calamity.
That's just nerves, I'm afraid. He's entitled to them.
So this brown for Mark Williams to surely seal the deal. Well, it's been a great week for Elliot Slessor. He's picked up a cheque for £20,000, more than double what he earned in the whole of last season. A memorable win for him as well over Ronnie O'Sullivan. But it's Mark Williams' day. One of the all-time greats now with a chance for a 19th ranking title. He's through to the Northern Ireland Open final by 6 frames to 2. It got a bit nervy, but he got over the line in the end.